Hi everyone, my name's Dave. I'm the Mindful Fly Fisherman and welcome to my channel, where we journey into the unforced rhythms of grace. Over the last 6 years and up until recently, I had the privilege of teaching fly fishing in this very location. And what I came to realise was there's a very strong parallel between fly fishing and life, especially the casting part. So today, I want to present to you the powerful principle of unforced timing and how it relates to fly fishing, especially casting, and life. So what do we mean by the principle of unforced timing? Well, first of all, I can't give you a hard and fast definition. The reason for that is it's a mystery, just like a lot of things in nature and things of the heart. However, I will say this, it's living life in a way that you're not forcing everything. It's giving yourself enough margin to live in the moment and actually be aware of what is going on in your heart. Living life according to the mystery of unforced timing is also like living in a position I call rest. It doesn't mean not doing anything. It means what you choose to sit in the seat of your life. So imagine there's a seat inside of your belly. Either chaos reigns on that seat or rest. Now to me, rest is choosing not to control. It's choosing trust. It's choosing peace. It's choosing connection. It's choosing living in the moment. Again, so that you can listen to what's going on in your heart and be more connected to yourself and what's around you. And so right now, I'm going to demonstrate what the principle of unforced timing looks like by casting my fly rod. And I want you to keep something at the back of your mind as I do this. This rod has a built-in energy to it. And this energy wants to help you. I call it grace. Grace is the ability to help you. And with the principle of unforced timing, when I'm casting, I need to let this line straighten out so that it loads the rod back like this, like a bow. And by the way, this is called a bow and arrow cast. It's called a bow and arrow cast. Very, very handy. So what we're going to try and do, I'm going to show you what a cast should look like using the principle of unforced timing. Notice I'm letting the line straighten out. So here I'm letting the line straighten out. And it's loading the rod and grace is working for me. That's one of the unforced rhythms, just letting the line straighten out and then it loads the rod back. And it helps me like that bow I showed you. Now I'm going to show you what a cast looks like not exercising the principle of unforced timing. Notice I'm not going that far. And what's happening is I'm not loading the rod and I'm not using the grace that wants to help me. And watch what happens when the line's really long. It gets even worse. And there's a clear piece of line on the end of this orange line called a leader. And when the line doesn't straighten out, that leader gets all knotted up. They're called wing knots. And sometimes we can get knotted up by our own mistakes, not pausing and allowing common sense to prevail, or wisdom, I should say. I want to talk about the principle of unforced timing and its application. And that's going to be different because everybody's different. Everybody has a different destiny, everybody has a different personality, makeup, different situation. So for some of you, unforced timing may look like just slowing down and looking at what's really important. For some of you, and I know for me, it may be slowing down and actually being in the moment with your kids so that you truly value and step into what's really important, and that's connection. I know with modern life, it's a real struggle sometimes to enter into that dimension of rest that I was talking about and actually be there with the people that you love and value. For some of you, it may be listening to your body at this time and getting some rest, and you might be going through a very difficult time. I just encourage you just to slow down and listen to your heart and make some changes. And the reason why we're here is because we are at a river bend. And for me, I'm just seeing across the board, humanity is at a river bend right now, especially with COVID-19. And across the board, I'm hearing from friends and family that there are some things they will be doing less of, or at least looking at things differently after this time that we are in, going into the future. So we're going to be doing a guided meditation. So feel free to hit the pause button, and we'll see you in a minute. So I want to do a guided meditation right now. I trust that you're comfortable and if possible seated. I love rivers, and I've spent numerous hours sitting on the banks of rivers. And I find as a fisherman, I'm far more effective when I actually sit and observe, and then I start seeing fish rise. And often when I'm seated and then pursue those opportunities, I'm far more effective rather than just blindly going for it and forcing the fishing, not giving the time to observe what is going on in and around me and around the river and in the river. So right now, the reason why we are doing this meditation is to give you time to slow down, to pause. And we're going to explore the mystery of unforced timing. And we're going to get into the moment so that you can listen to the river of your life. And it may actually tell you something about this time. And what I want to do is, I'm going to ask you some questions at the end of this meditation time. What's coming up? And hopefully something will come up where you can really tune into a change that you have to make right now. So everyone, let's close our eyes. I just want you to focus on your breathing right now. Just feel your chest filling with air. I just want you to feel your body, your feet touching the ground, your body touching the chair, your hands. Just feel your chest expanding and then contracting. Just breathe in and breathe out deeply. Right now, as you are breathing and in the moment, I want you to ask yourself, are you in rest? Which part of your life is forced? Is there a part of your life where you need to practice unforced timing? You can open your eyes now. If something came up for you that time, I encourage you to do a few things. Number one, write it down. If you don't journal, I encourage you to journal. Also, I encourage you to act on that in an unforced way. That might be calling someone, calling that friend. That might be making a decision to be there with your children, in spirit, not just in person. That might be booking that course. That might be educating yourself. That might be taking some risks, reaching out to someone, following your dream. I'm Dave, the Mindful Fly Fisherman, and it's been a pleasure spending some time with you. I'm Dave, and thanks for tuning into this episode of the Mindful Fly Fisherman. If you've enjoyed this episode and you think someone else could benefit from it, please feel free to share. Also, please feel free to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.